Good afternoon and welcome to our afternoon Money Making Mom Scope. This afternoon we're going to be continuing on with what we talked about yesterday with advertising and how to make money on your blog with advertising. And today we're going to be specifically talking about private advertising and how to sell ads directly to companies. I'm also showing you in this picture my Money Making Mom book page. This is MoneyMakingMomBook.com, and on that page you can read more about my new book that comes out on November 3rd, as well as if you are interested in how to make money from home, how to make a full-time income from home, how do I make a full-time income from home, go to MoneyMakingMomBook.com and you can sign up for my free 5-day course on how I make a full-time income from home. That also subscribes you to my weekly email newsletter that just started last week with tips and tricks and behind the scenes stuff for making more money, especially if you have your own business or you want to have your own business. Thanks so much for joining us, guys. It's a little bit brighter outside today, and great. Now we have the same problem going on that we had yesterday. This rain, I cannot. I'm gonna close the blinds up. This rain is messing with my lighting. Okay, I think we're better. We will see. Wrong way. Sorry, y'all. Like I said yesterday, I check in the camera ahead of time, but then the scope camera is different than the actual camera on my phone, so I can't tell. Okay, thank you so much for joining us. Let's see if I can do this better. I guess I'm gonna be glowing. I know, I love that rug too. It makes me so happy. Let's see if we can do this. There, that's a little bit better. Okay, you're overwhelmed by the thought of ads on your blog. Well, you come to the right place. We're going to be talking about that. If you missed yesterday's scope, be sure to check it out. It is at catch.me/MoneySavingMom. So that's katch.me/MoneySavingMom. And on that scope yesterday, I know, aren't these cute earrings? These are new. I just got them from Stitch Fix. I love them, even though they're gold, and I don't really wear gold much. But so on that scope yesterday, that's at catch.me/MoneySavingMom, we talked about all things advertising. So if you've ever wondered, how do bloggers get those sidebar ads? How does that work? We talked about underwritten post, we talked about sidebar advertising, and we talked about all the details related to that. Thank you, Erin. I love them too. It's Stitch Fix. And for those of you who are wondering, Stitch Fix, Money Saving Mom does Stitch Fix, go to my scope page. That's at MoneySavingMom.com/scope. I didn't mean for this to be a little commercial for this, but since you mentioned it, MoneySavingMom.com/scope, and you can read my full review, extremely honest review about Stitch Fix. I have this curly hair right here. My hair is just having a bad day. It's all this humidity. When we went to South Africa, it's so dry there. My hair is like beautiful. Then we come back to Nashville and it's just dry as can be. Okay, we have a little visitor. Silas wanted to come say hi. Whoa, don't fall down. Because he has been missing my scopes recently. Okay, come say hi and then we'll get started with the content. Whoa, you're having trouble getting up here. Okay, all right. This is Silas. Can you say hi?
Hi.
He has missed being on my scopes. He's been sleeping in. So he's been missing my scopes. So I have 3 kids. Catherine is 10, Caitlin is 8, and Silas is 6. You singing, awesome. I guess I sing. I don't know. I realized that that's something that was really funny. So if you go to MoneyMakingMomBook.com, scroll all the way down to that page, there is the outtakes from the 5-day course. And we laughed so hard at the outtakes because apparently I have these little things that I do that I didn't even know that I do. So did you have anything you wanted to tell them? Do you want to tell them about what tonight is?
My baseball game, but it got delayed.
His baseball game, but did it get delayed or canceled?
Canceled.
Canceled. Why did it get canceled? Because of the rain. But what else is going on tonight?
The Royals game.
The Royals are playing in the World Series. Woo woo! We're so excited. Okay, you're gonna go play now? All right. Oh, they said, nice job bringing your mom flowers. Yes, that was very, very sweet. All right, back to the content. A little circus show here. Okay, we are going to talk about advertising and private advertising especially. How do you sell ads on your blog, and how do you work with companies and sell private advertising? And this could also work for if you have a podcast, if you have a YouTube channel. I think you're able to do stuff with that. This hair, I'm like, I just need to rip that thing out. Okay, there we go. All right, I shouldn't use my scope as a mirror. Anyway, so we're going to be talking about that and how does that work. So first off, if you missed yesterday's scope, be sure to watch yesterday's scope because that's going to lay the foundation for today. We're just going to jump right in today, but if you're like confused and what's this all about, then we will, you need to go back and watch that. Okay. So number one, yes, you can get paid to blog, and one of those ways, one of many ways, as I talked about yesterday, is private ads. You can't even see the hair. Well, I can totally see it. I'm so sorry. I'm acting OCD, but I'm a little bit OCD. Okay, you've watched the replay of yesterday like 3 times. Oh my goodness, I would get tired of myself. Excited for you about the Royals from a Jays fan. Oh, thank you. Yes, we're very excited. We're very excited. It's my husband's like lifelong dream that the Royals are going to win the World Series. He's been a Royals fan ever since the time he was a little boy. So very excited. Okay, so private advertising is when you sell an ad directly on your blog. So you're not going through something like Google AdSense. You're going directly from a company is contacting you and you are selling the ad directly to them. So how does this work exactly? Well, one, you have to make it obvious that you offer this on your site. Okay, if people don't know that this is an option, they're probably not just gonna randomly come to you and decide that they should advertise on your site. I would say you have to stick things on people's forehead, right in the middle of the forehead, and tell them exactly what it is that you are offering and want them to do. So first, make it obvious. You can do this by putting an advertising tab in your header. I will show you on my site, MoneySavingMom. Let me see where I have the advertising. Yes, okay. So on my site, MoneySavingMom, this is my site, and you can see, where is it even? Okay, there we go. There is an advertising tab right there that you can see. For a long time, we did not have that on the site, and then I realized that people didn't know where to go. They didn't know it was an option, and we weren't making it obvious for them. When we added this, so many more people started wanting to advertise because they knew it was an option. I'll click on that page and I'll show you. We don't have the best advertising page ever. I haven't even been to it a long time. This is terrible. I should have checked ahead of time. But it's just basically get more bang for your buck on MoneySavingMom.com, and you can go there and check it out, and it makes a case for why you should advertise on our site. Not only that, but then there is a form that you can fill out that you can give us your information why you want to advertise. So we make it really easy. Kind of give a reason why you should, and then here's the form to fill out. We don't put our media kit on our site. Now, a media kit is basically a PDF download that tells why people should advertise, what your advertising options are, and what your rates are. We don't put that right on our site because sometimes when people contact us, they're contacting us about something that the media kit isn't exactly a good fit. Like they would contact and say, we would love for Crystal to do an SMT with us. That's a satellite media tour where I would be a spokesperson for a product, and they do a bunch of TV interviews and I'd be the spokesperson. So that's not in our media kit. There are things that aren't in our media kit that we would send them something else. We would talk to them personally. My team would talk to them personally. But otherwise, at some point, can you address not paying ad managers on commission? Yes, remind me to do that. Okay, so on this page, you need to make a case. So you need to tell them that they can advertise, make a case for why they should advertise, what is the benefit, and then make it really simple for them to have a form to fill out. This is all automated pretty much. When they fill out that form and submit it, it goes to an email address. Someone on my team sends them a Google, I can't even think of the word. What is it when it's a Google, it's already pre-written on Google. What is the word for those types of emails? I can't even think. But we have it all pre-written and literally just, somebody help me, push the button so that it pops up in Google as an email autoresponder. No, it's actually not an autoresponder. Is it a Google template? This is driving me nuts. What is it called? Okay, I need to get it in my Gmail. Automated email? No. No, let me see. I will tell you just a second. I gotta open up my email. It should be more organized here. Okay, what's it called? Canned responses. Canned responses. So I've stumped you. Okay, do you guys know about canned responses? Do you not know about canned responses? Okay, if you don't know about canned responses, it's a Google feature that you can add where you can type up an email and you can put it in your canned responses, and then I'll show you. So right here, I can open up an email and I can click on canned responses. You can't see. Okay, can you see? I'm not even sure. You can click on canned responses as a response, and then when I open up canned responses, you can see, if you can see. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of canned responses that I have. And I can click on one of those. So it's like a script, yeah. But so let's say if somebody contacts us and they want to unsubscribe, or they want to know more about freezer cooking, or they want to know about our coupon policies or time management, or whatever. We have all these canned responses set up that you just click it and it automatically automates an email. So I'll click on, I don't even have the advertising because somebody else on my team does. But you can, and then it automatically puts it in the email. So all the information on our media kit, boom, in an email for someone as a response, and then you're done. It's free and it's so simple. So that's what we do. They get that back, and then if they contact us back and are interested because our media kit is linked in there, then we'll talk to them more about details. So that is a very easy way for us to not have to spend a lot of time. We make it obvious. We tell them why, we have a form, and then a canned response. So if somebody contacts us, because we've kind of set that all up with the media kit, it literally takes like 5 seconds to respond to one of those advertising emails, and then they have to come back and say we're interested, and then we'll follow up if they're interested. So make it obvious, make a case for people why they should want to advertise. Tell them what it is about your blog that they should want to advertise on it, on that page, when you have that tab. Also, put together a media kit. You do not want to have people contact you to advertise and then you not know what to tell them. So a media kit will have all of that information. If you'd like to see a copy of our media kit, email crystal@moneysavingmom.com and we will send you our media kit. It's kind of evolved over the years. At first it was super simple. It was literally a canned response. And then now more and more it's becoming where it is, now it's a PDF that's pretty comprehensive, but it can give you a good idea of what a media kit could look like and what it has in it. You can also just go around and look at other bloggers, look at other sites, see what media kits they have. We have examples of the spots where you can advertise. We have examples of the types of posts that we will do. We try to make it super, super user-friendly so that an advertiser, they don't have many questions. It's very straightforward. So once you make it obvious and set that up, in order to do that, you have to kind of put together all the details of what are you even offering. You got to know what you're offering. You can't just be like, hey, would you like to advertise? Put together some packages. Put together some advertising packages. What is that going to look like for you? So are you going to offer, I'd say like 3 different packages. One that is a small package, maybe it's just a sidebar ad, or one post, something that's very affordable that anybody could manage to, maybe, if you're a smaller blog, maybe it's a $50 package. And then you have a medium-sized package that maybe it's $150. And they get more. And then you have a step up where it's your big package, and that's $300. We're going to talk more about how you figure out how to price the stuff. But for now, just 3 is a good number because you have options for all the levels. But some people who maybe they might only go for the medium level or the small level, then they think, oh wow, look at all I get for $300. And make each package like more valuable for less money. That's the goal. You would so much rather have someone, like one company, pay you for the $300 package than for you to have to mess with 6 companies at the $50 level. So you want the larger packages if possible, but start small. When I first had my first mommy blog, I would sell these little sidebar ads. That was in the day of these tiny sidebar ads. Now they've kind of gotten bigger. But I would sell those, and I think I sold them for maybe like $30 a month or something. But what I would do now is I would say sell one of those, but then also offer a social media, like a push on Twitter that they would get a tweet that was about their company, and maybe they'd get a Facebook post, and you do all of that for $50 or whatever the price is. And then the next level up would be something like they'd get 2 tweets and 1 Pinterest pin and 1 Facebook post and a sidebar ad for a certain amount of time, and then maybe a post. And then the largest package would be something like they'd get a giveaway on your site, they'd get a post where a content piece or a post highlighting them, they'd get the top spot on your sidebar, they'd get 3 tweets, and they'd get 2 Facebook posts or something. You see where I'm going with this. So you come up with what works for you, but have each package be more for less money so that you're going to get the people, hopefully, to actually buy at the higher level versus the lower level. So make it obvious, create a package. Then once you've done that, I encourage you to let people know that you have it by 3, running a half-priced special. So a great way to get the word out that you offer these packages is to post on your blog, post on your social media, say, hey, I have some new advertising packages available, and they start at the $30 level or $50 level or something. And if you're a work-at-home mom wanting to promote your business, or if you're wanting to promote your business to whatever your site is about, tell them who your audience reaches and try to give them kind of a hook why they would want to advertise on your site. And then say, and for the next 5 days only, you can get 50% off when you purchase or something. So put it out there, make a big to-do over it to get some advertisers in the door. You need to tell them that it's available and give them a reason for why they want to purchase. I found that short-term, time-sensitive price specials usually perform the best. So make it obvious and create packages, run a half-price special, and when you're doing the half-price special, you can go directly to companies that you love. I would go with the smaller ones at first, but you can go directly to them, and you can reach out and you say, I saw your whatever, and I think that it would work really well on my site. I'm offering this advertising package, and just for you, it's 50% off, plus I'm going to throw in this freebie. So you make it so that they are going to pay attention. Now, don't go after companies that you don't absolutely love. Start with the ones you absolutely love, and because you want those to be the ones who advertise in your sidebar. You don't want people who aren't going to be a good fit. You don't want people who you don't love them advertising your sidebar, because when it's on your sidebar, that's like your stamp of approval. I always view my sidebar as my stamp of approval, and people view those as like, okay, Crystal loves those companies, so I'm careful with what I have on my sidebar. Limiting quantities helps to give them urgency too. Yes, so good. So good, Erin. That's really important. Like you create that sense of urgency and scarcity. Now, don't lie on this. Please do not lie. Please do not be deceitful. But create it so you only have 3 available, and then it's much easier to sell those. I remember whenever we were having a lull in advertising, probably about 3 or 4 years ago, and so I put together these packages and I put it out on social media, and I said, we only have 4 and they will be gone very quickly, and I gave a really great price. and they were snatched up just like that. Now, if you haven't had any advertising and you have a smaller site, it might take a little bit more time to get where they're going to be snatched right up. But create that urgency and that scarcity, and people are much more apt to jump on it. And that's in any way, shape, or form, any kind of thing that you do in marketing, that's going to be the best. For instance, guess what? My new book, Money Making Mom. Where's my book? Okay. My new book, Money Making Mom, that comes out next Tuesday. Woo, woo, woo. I can't believe that it's coming out next Tuesday. But I haven't posted about it a whole lot on my blog. I haven't talked about it a whole lot on my blog. I mean, here and there, but I've mostly been talking about a lot of other things. But guess what? It comes out next Tuesday, and so I am going to talk about it on my blog a lot. And in the next few days, just as soon as I get off the scope, I'm doing a post that's going to be the lead post in our email newsletter that's going to be about our free 5-day course. But then in a few days, we're going to do an email to our whole list and a post on my blog where I'm going to talk about how you only have a few days left to get the pre-order bonuses. And you truthfully only do, because once November 3rd comes, they aren't going to be available anymore. We're going to sell them. We're going to sell the Make Over Your Calendar course on our site. It's going to be for sale come January. So if you don't get it now, if you don't pre-order, if you're planning to pre-order or you're planning to order, there's going to be this urgency and this scarcity of there's only 3 more days. And if you don't get it now, you're not going to be able to get it for free. So it challenges and encourages people to jump and take action, and that's really what you want. Okay, so make it obvious, create packages, run a half-priced special, and then 4, keep your spots filled. Keep them filled. This is really important, people, because I see this so much, and this is just a pet peeve of mine, and you are so free to disagree with me. But I feel like you always focus on the positive when you're sharing details. So if you, on your site, have all these advertising places on your sidebar, you have 4 slots on your sidebar, and they all say, empty spot, advertise here. What does that communicate to your audience and to potential advertisers? There is no interest in people advertising on this site. It's a very negative connotation. Like, they can't even sell one ad. That's what people assume. And so you're not doing anything deceitful, but fill those ad spaces up. You can barter with another blogger. You can barter with another business. Or you can put an affiliate ad there. But please do not just fill up your ad spots with advertise here blocks. Don't do it. Have a little button underneath that says, want to advertise here? Click here, or something like that. But don't fill the spots with flashing neon lights that say, we can't find any advertisers. We're kind of desperate. Don't do that. That's a big pet peeve of mine, and you can disagree. If you want to do that on your site, be my guest, and maybe that's the way you fill up your ad slots. But I have never done that, and we have, I said sometimes we do have a lull, but most of the time we are turning down advertisers because we have too many, or we're just focusing on the ones that are really good fit for us. So please keep your spots filled. Now, one of the things I wanted to talk about is when you offer the discount packages, or whatever you're going to call them, the packages, whatever you call them, please think about your advertiser. Come at it from the perspective of your advertiser. Nowadays, sidebar ads just don't convert and don't perform like they once did. Sidebar ads are a great way for a business to get their business in front of other people. But if they want people to actually take action, social media and your actual blog is so much better. And I think we're going to see someday that it's going to be scoping. I know Instagram has started to be where companies will want to have a post on your Instagram as well. And I have a feeling they're going to want to have you scope about them as well. So think about an all-inclusive package that gives them a variety of things that in that one package. So it's not just like an ad on sidebar. It's not just one post. You're hitting at a lot of different angles in a lot of different places. So if you're on Pinterest, if you're on Instagram, if you're on Facebook, if you're on Twitter, if you're in these different places, maybe you're on YouTube, what can you offer to the advertiser to make it a better deal for them and to make it convert better for them? The other thing that we do is we know what will convert for an advertiser as far as certain ads just aren't going to convert. And so we will flat out tell them, you know, you can run that ad if you want to, but that offer is not going to convert for our audience. So helping them find something that works well for your audience, that's how you build relationships long term with advertisers. So think at it from the advertiser's perspective. How can you serve them best? You'd rather that they just stick with you for months and months and months than you have to go out and try to find new advertisers every single week. Now, if you're wanting more information, I'll take questions if anyone has any questions. If you're wanting more information on how do you get started blogging, how do you make money blogging, how do you set up your blog for success, go to MoneySavingMom.com/scope, my scope page, MoneySavingMom.com/scope, and you can read my series there that's linked on how to make money blogging that will help you. Do you have any advertisers that you won't allow on your site? Yes and amen. We have a lot of advertisers we don't allow on our site. Yesterday I talked about how we do not accept any advertisers that are for loans, for mortgages, or for credit cards. And you would not believe how much money those places have and how much they want to advertise on my site. So we do not allow that. We also do not allow anything that's not family friendly. So for instance, we have places like Victoria's Secret blocked in AdSense, and we are just super careful. How big should your blog be before you start doing this? I would say to start with building up great content. I always say start with your content first. Don't worry about monetizing the blog. Start with content, build up the content, get really solid with blogging, and feeling great about you love blogging before you try to monetize. But then advertising is, private advertising especially, is something that I wouldn't say to start with. I would say to go back to my scope from yesterday that's on catch.me/MoneySavingMom. And I talk more about affiliate marketing, which is a great way that you can make money without having to make a long-term commitment. Like if you accept a private ad, and you say, okay, pay me and I'm gonna, for the next 3 months. Well, you kind of need to keep your traffic up and you kind of need to keep your blogging up because you made a commitment to them for the next 3 months. Affiliate marketing is a great way to start because there's not that commitment involved. So go to yesterday's scope to watch about that. Google AdSense and other ad networks are a great way to be able to get paid for page views. Not necessarily for actions or just, private advertising private advertiser paying for the month. But you are paid with, like Google AdSense, you're paid per 1,000 page views. That's called CPM. So CPM means per 1,000 page views. So you'll want to look, if you have Google Analytics installed, you'll want to look and see how many 1,000 page views are you getting per month. And that can be a gauge for how much you should charge and if you're ready to start offering advertising. So I encourage people to always start with about 50 cents to $1 per 1,000 page views. Start with that, and you can always raise it as the demand gets raised. I've seen people make as much as $4 to $6 to $8 to even $12 per 1,000 page views. That is possible, but start out small and then slowly raise it. And if you feel like, well, if I do that, I'm only going to be able to charge $15 a month, well, then offer them it for 3 months so that it makes it worth your time. Say you get 3 months for $40 or something like that. So look at what your page views are. You should have Google Analytics installed, and that is a great way to not only be able to track what's working on your blog, but track the trends of your blog and then know how much to charge for advertising. So then if you only have 500 page views a month, you're not ready to start with offering private ads. I would say you need to be able to at least charge about $50 for a 3-month ad to make it even worth messing with. So it's different for different people. And I know some people that they have a very niche audience and they are able to charge more and have a smaller amount of page views. But start with affiliate marketing and start with Google AdSense before you work on private ad sales if you are still building your blog. Periscope, I don't know. I think that was for somebody else maybe. So 5,000 page views a month isn't quite there yet. I would say to work, if you have 5,000 page views a month, that's a good time to be able to, don't be ashamed of that. That is a great place to start. But work on building your traffic and work on affiliate marketing, growing your email list, and something like Google AdSense versus selling private advertising. I think your time is going to be better spent growing your blog versus trying to get private advertisers. So it really, but it's different for different people. You are always welcome to try it. But I think that if you're not going to make at least $50 off of a sale and you think of it's probably going to take you, it's probably going to be at least 4 to 6 emails back and forth to close the deal. And that could very likely take an hour to 2 hours of your time, plus adding it to your site. Plus if you need to, 17,000 page views a month would be a good, I think that's a good number that you could start with. And 17,000 page views is not that many because you think page views are not unique visitors. They're just how many pages people look at in the month. So you never look for private advertisers, Rebecca. Well, you don't have to. I mean, if it's not something that you're interested in, there's plenty of other ways to be earning an income and loving blogging. You don't have to do this. It's just if it's something that you want to do. I wanted to share the behind the scenes. How do you get Periscope followers? I did a kid choroscope this afternoon and no one was live. Did you tell anybody that you were going to be on? That would be, I would tell on your social media. One of the things that I did when I first started Periscope was I sent it out in my email newsletter and said that I was going to start on Periscope and if people wanted to follow me. And then I think I posted on my blog, I can't remember, but kind of building up a little bit of a following before I started. I think, so say on social media that you're going to be doing it, you can also use hashtags. I'm experimenting with that right now. If you notice, like on this scope, I did bloggers and I did that as a hashtag because the interesting thing is I'm finding that certain hashtags, when I use them, it seems to be bringing in quite a few people from Twitter. We had our highest number of live viewers yesterday. It said it was 2,700 live viewers yesterday, and I really feel like the hashtags seem to be helping. So think of hashtags that people would be using and following on Twitter because it tweets it out, and if people use TweetDeck or something like that and they are following certain hashtags, they will see it. So that's a great way to get it in front of new viewers. I think the other thing is, I think Christy may have said this, but being on other people's scopes and offering great information, that is where it seems like a lot of people are following. I don't know if that's working for you, but I know, for instance, every time if I'm on one of Christy's scopes, Christy from Raising Clovers, or every time I'm on one of Mackenzie's scopes, that's Bold Turquoise, both of them, if I'm on, I will always have a few new people follow me as a result of being on there and interacting. So find scopes that you can be on that people will interact with you, like that you're interacting and that they're following. Now, if I go on John Acuff's scope, or if I go on Shalene Johnson's scope, I can comment. It's hard to get into comment on those, but I can comment and nobody really follows me. But I think the smaller scopers that have a really loyal following, that's a better place to interact. So figure out who is your market, who are you wanting to reach, and then network with those scopers and engage in their scopes, and that might be a great way to build your scopes. That was kind of off topic, but that's okay. Happy to help. So do you offer ad space for bloggers? We do. We also offer advertising in our email newsletter now. Our rates are a little bit high, and I hate that. The lowest we start out at is $500. And I know that that's just not within reach of a lot of people, and I hate that. But at this point, we really have to focus on what is the best return on our investment of time. And so for us, I can't really have anybody on my team be spending a lot of time on a deal that isn't going to be netting us around, like our goal is that it's about, you know, for 2 hours of time, that it's $500. And so I have to think in terms of that, just because it costs a lot, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for me to run the business every month. And so I just have to think in terms of that. But I know a lot of other bloggers do offer advertising. I would say if you're a blogger and you want to advertise on my site, don't advertise on my site. Instead, offer a giveaway, because we offer those for free. Or an even better thing would be to write a guest post. That's the best way to get traffic. Write a really well-written guest post that's on topic, and if Andrea, my guest post better, accepts it, we've heard from a lot of people that that's been a great way to get new traffic to their site. And when you do that, make sure that you're guest posting on something that's related to your site, so people are going to come to your site that are interested. They're going to read your guest post, like what you have to offer, come over to your site, and be very interested in who you are. So that is a great way to build readership without spending any money out of pocket. So I would start with guest posts, and also interacting on comments. That's a great way, I think, to build up relationships with other bloggers and to have people find your blog. Are guest posts free? Yes, guest posts are free. We don't pay. I know some sites, they have contributors. We don't have contributors because I don't want to be a contributor site. I want my voice to be the voice that's on my site, and so we have guest posts instead. We don't pay people for them because that becomes really complicated, but we just offer them for free. Watch for a guest post from you. Yay! We are always looking for a guest post. For guest posts, because we can never have too many, seriously. And a lot of them that are sent in are just not well written. They're from people who they're the big companies hire these moms, which sometimes I think they change their name and they're actually some guy in the Philippines that's writing it, and he pretends to be a mom just to try to write a post on insurance to get their insurance link in the post. And so we just have to, so many of them are just scammy type stuff. If you're interested in having your book translated into Spanish, yeah, we'll see what my publisher, they do all of the translation. The only book that I've had translated into another language is so crazy. My first book, called The Money Saving Mom's Budget, which is a completely American book that talks all about CVS and the drugstores and all that, it was translated into Chinese, which cracks me up because I just want to know, what on earth is it saying in Chinese, because they don't have any of these stores there. But yeah, that was it. So when you work with a larger publisher, they go through, they have translation rights, and they have these different places that they go through and stuff. I don't understand how it works, but anyway, yeah, the Chinese, maybe it wasn't for Chinese Americans though, because it's sold in China, and it's in Chinese characters. I don't have any idea what it says. And then they asked me to write an English little forward note in my handwriting. They said because the Chinese really like to see the Americans' handwriting. So I think it was more just a novelty thing, but I just thought it was weird. I was so weird. And the Chinese people kept pestering me. They kept emailing me and saying, please, 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 we want your book translated into Chinese. And I sent it on to my publisher. I'm like, I think this is a scam, but no, it wasn't. So anyway, yeah, I don't have my books. A lot of people have their book translated into lots of different languages. My books haven't been popular enough for that, or they're just too American or something. But anyway, alrighty, so we are totally off topic today, but that's okay. That's okay. Your mom's book was translated into Polish. I didn't know your mom had a book. What is her book? I do not. Did that monetize? I'm trying to remember if they even paid I'm trying to remember if they even paid me a check or anything for it. Because if you do an audiobook or something, they pay you for doing it. Like you get a little fee for the fact that you have an audiobook, and then if you record the audiobook yourself, then you also get paid for your time. The Divine Romance by Dee Bright. I will have to go look that up. I didn't know that your mom was an author. How fun! That's so cool. People keep talking about the cool arrow thing. Somebody do the cool arrow, because I keep missing it and people just keep asking for what is the cool arrow. Now I'm like, what is the cool arrow? She's amazing. I'm sure she is, Christy. I can only imagine if she raised you, then she's got to be amazing. So anyway, you tap on the person's name. Okay, I'm intrigued by this cool arrow thing. Oh, the arrow that you're replying to somebody. That's what it is. I think that's what it is. Is that what we're talking about? Okay, so that you're replying to somebody. So if you tap on the person's name and you tap reply, then it will say, it will give an arrow only to the person who you're replying to. So if you put @MoneySavingMom, it kind of pops. I'll see it because you were replying to me. So anyway, you don't see your own arrow. You have to reply to somebody. Oh, somebody replied to Erin. Is there an arrow? Okay, you guys, we are just having a squirrely scope. Squirrely sisters unite, Mackenzie. Okay, I should like try to make laundry soap sometime. That would be a circus. Yeah, I made laundry soap one time and it looked like cottage cheese and baby spit up. It was not lovely. Okay, anyway, alrighty, well, thank you all so much for joining us for this scope, and I will see you tomorrow morning around 7:30 a.m. for more morning motivation. And right now, I gotta go get ready because we are gonna go watch the Royals in the World Series because they are in Game 1, and we are rooting for them, of course, so we're excited. Have a great afternoon.